What's going on with the housing market in Rancho Mirage, California? Well, in this video, we're going to be looking at the data and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you so you can know what's happening to help save you money or make you a lot of money if you're looking to sell. My name's Tommy Jordan, your Palm Springs area realtor. Here we are. Let's get into this video. We're going to look at houses and we're going to look at condos, the two different markets. And this data comes from my software I have. My clients who work with me get access to this, but this data comes from the multiple listing service and it's accurate like by the day. So it pulls in all the recent closes and how long homes have been sitting on the market, all of that. So right now, just to start us off, we're going to look at an overview of what's going on with prices and days on market. And then I'm going to be breaking things down in more granular level. Sorry, I can't speak today. At a more granular level to help you be able to make your best decision, whatever you're looking to do in the city. So median list price, 139 right now, almost 1.4 million. The new listings are 700,000. This price discrepancy is probably because maybe there was a glut of homes that recently came on that are priced a lot lower. I would say, the median price is going to be closer to 1.3. Price per square foot, 475. The median days on market, I like median better than average. It gives you a more realistic idea of what's happening with the market. 84 days. 25% of homes are having price decreases. Only 1% of sellers are increasing their prices. 13% of homes are being relisted. Inventory is at 238, and the median rent is almost $9,000. So let's take a look at median list price. This chart goes back to 2021. Gives us a better accurate idea of what's happening with the market. You could see during the pandemic, prices really shot up because there were so many buyers and not enough demand. And since then, you could see right now, if we look at 2025, especially around August, September, homes were around 1.3. They even got to around 1.2 right here. So that was a very good time to buy. And I helped a lot of clients right around that time get like record-breaking prices for comps in different neighborhoods, because when all the news in the headlines is negative towards housing, that's when there's more supply and there's more options and you have more negotiating power. So right now you could see that the average or the median is 1.4. So, it's up around 100,000 at the time of making this video. And if we look at median days on market, this will probably tell us a better picture why. This tells us actually really good, really well, because median days on market, it's all supply and demand, right? As the median days on market goes down, prices go up. As the median days on market start to go up again, that's when prices start to go down. So you could see we really reached a peak last year at the end of summer, and it was 133 days. So that's what I'm saying. My buyers who were locked in right there, there was so many options and sellers were getting desperate because they didn't know, is this home price is going to continue to drop? So you could get a good deal. You could see at the start of this year being down to 63 days for a 90-day median or 84 days. I mean, that is a drastic difference, almost half the days on market. And why I see this happening are a few reasons. I believe the smart buyers are getting in now because if we have 50-year mortgages, if we have potable mortgages, you could look at a video on my YouTube channel where I explain that. If the federal funds lowers interest rates, which they have to, we have $10 trillion of debt that was created in the last few years that needs to be refinanced at a lower level. They have no option but to print money. They've already started and lower interest rates. So we saw at the beginning of the year of 2025, interest rates towards 7%. Then they came down towards the end of last year, more around 6.25%, and that created more demand. So I believe the smart buyers are getting in now. They're selling or they're buying. They're buying before prices really go back up again. And if you're a seller, here's some actionable advice. I believe that this 2026 for sellers in Rancho Mirage, I believe it's going to be a very good year for you. So if you bought around 2022-23 and say you're $200,000-$300,000 underwater, water, I believe we might be coming to a tipping point where that might turn around. So that's why if you're a seller and you want someone who sells in Rancho Mirage, in the Springs, in Morningside, in the non-gated areas like Magnesia Falls, or even Catino, I'm in Rancho Mirage daily, giving people accurate market reports no matter what neighborhood you're in, and helping buyers in the city, save the most money as possible on homes. I'm writing offers every day. So you want to work with an expert. I make these videos to work with people like you. Please reach out down below. Let's now take a look at inventory because that's interesting. We see inventory's been rising. And then right now, we're right at this 233-day mark. So I believe if we see housing inventory, the amount of units on the market, if it goes down past this 150-day mark, with less than 150 homes on the market, that's going to be a seller's market again, because that just means there's not a lot of inventory and buyers are going to push prices back up. The trend was a buyer's market in the last 2-3 years. Homes, more and more homes have been sitting on the market, more inventory. So we've seen prices gradually decreasing. But if this reverses, that was your chance if you're a seller or buyer. This just depends. If we look at market segments, you could see the higher range of the market, around the 4.2 million, 84 days right now. And if you look at the lower end, it's around 77. So pretty even overall. Now, if we look at condos, it's not going to be too dissimilar because really condos and detached homes, they have similar days on market, all of that. They trend similarly, but the prices will be different. So median list price, 563,000. Sorry, I can't speak today. I need to have more coffee or something, right? It's the holidays. I gotta shake it off, get back in the game. But it's just funny because I've been super busy, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't know. So if we look at, you're like, this guy's crazy. Yeah, maybe a little crazy. I guess you got to be crazy just to put on a camera and talk to the camera and make videos, right? Median days on market, you see it dropping. So all of this is very similar to detached homes. The things are just slightly different. The higher end of the market for condos are actually sitting longer on the market. And then you could see the lowest end of the market for 399,000, they're taking 77 days to sell. And 625,000, they're right in that middle, that sweet spot, 66 days, which is actually pretty fast. So I hope this video helped you. If you want personal advice tailored for your situation, you got to reach out down below. I would love to help you. And if you want to learn more about Rancho Mirage, check out this playlist right here.